Hi there, welcome back to Dr. C's Morning Minute. Glad you could be here. So we're talking about, in 2017, being more effective in discipline, and that may be a resolution of yours. We want to make that a resolution that you succeed in. So we were talking about loss of privilege and ways of making that more effective, including an if-then or if-when scenario, that whenever a task that needs to get accomplished is accomplished, then the child has access to that privilege. So it's more direct, more specific, very, very time limited. Another time limited approach is that the loss of privilege is day to day. The behavior one day impacts access to that privilege, video games, playing outside, whatever, the next day. And so it's day to day. The second most commonly used discipline method of parents is timeout. Timeout, though, often is so ineffective, or it can be. That can be very frustrating for parents. And who speak of these strategies as, gee, I tried them, they just don't work for my kiddo. Well, oftentimes it's more of a situation of, let's make it work. Let's figure out what's happening and let's tweak it accordingly. So with timeout, one of the powers of timeout is that there's no attention. That's the key of timeout, that there's a lack of attention. So when the child is acting up, the general sentiment is, okay, if you're going to do such and such, you're not going to receive any attention from anybody in the family during the subsequent period of time. Now that means no attention, no talking, no eye contact, no banter back and forth, no nothing. So if the child is put in the corner in the kitchen, but the siblings are walking by, you're walking by, they're looking at each other, they're maybe even making a few comments here and there, that's not timeout. That's an ineffective form of timeout that could then be very frustrating because you find that it's not working. Child's on the steps, same type of thing. Child's put in timeout and they're leaving timeout. You got to get them, put them back time and time again. Again, not very effective because they're getting the attention that they're seeking, and that just prolongs the whole situation. I find it's most commonly effective to have timeout be an out of the way area, most preferably the child's room. That will not result in the child hating their room or associating it with punishment. That just doesn't happen. Secondly, the child can do whatever they want in their room, except usually not electronics. They can play with their toys, do whatever, because after many, many years of seeing this, the kids don't want to be there. Even if they're allowed to play with their toys, they don't want to be in the room. They want to be with the family. They still find it to be punishing. Secondly, parents sometimes will then, if they find that they need to up the ante a bit, they can remove some of the more preferred toys from the room. But again, that usually is not much of an issue. If the child won't stay in their room, you can put them back in their room. Sometimes we'll make various comments such as, your choice, either in your room for the next 10-15 minutes, or you lose such and such for the entire day. And that makes it a bit more compelling for them to stay in their room. But there's lots of different scenarios we can use for kiddos who won't stay in timeout, or if they're put in timeout, that they will become combative and whatnot. That's a different scenario. But more typical, traditional use of timeout can be very effective if used in that way. If you have questions about this, by all means, or about the loss of privilege as well, jcarasso@cpcwecare.com. See you next time, Dr. C's Morning Minute.